Florida Governor Ron DeSantis' campaign sharing a controversial video that attacks President Trump's stance on LGBTQ plus issues.
In the future, can transgender women compete in Miss Universe?
Yes.
Make America great again.
Psych!
So that ad was released on June 30th, the last day of Pride Month.
It's the kind of thing that you would expect from a fringe candidate, not the person who is second in the race, the most notable alternative to Donald Trump.
Well, Ron DeSantis is quickly headed towards fringe status because even before the bipartisan backlash over his desperate and hateful ad slamming Donald Trump and the LGBTQ community, a few polls showed DeSantis dropping towards third or fourth place in early primary states. And even top DeSantis supporters are admitting problems. We are way behind, top DeSantis PAC official sounds alarm. Steve Cordes, DeSantis Super PAC spokesman, said, quote, "Right now in national polling, we are way behind. I'll be the first to admit that," Cortes said in a Twitter Spaces event that was recorded on Sunday night. "I believe in being blunt and honest. It's an uphill battle." DeSantis has already spent a lot of time this year in Iowa and New Hampshire, and the more the early state primary voters see the Florida governor, the more they seem to dislike him. By many accounts, DeSantis lacks charisma, has no charm, and simply cannot connect even on basic levels of humanity. That was on display in stark fashion at a recent town hall event in Texas on issues related to border security.
Stephanie Turner, and I'm the founder of Texas Against Fentanyl. I lost my 19-year-old son to fentanyl poisoning. I think it's really important that we understand that as a nation, we're not tracking fentanyl deaths correctly. We need a COVID-like response, the amount of deaths, and there's no information coming from the top. And I would like to see that and improve.
Well, thank you for that, and I'm sorry to hear about your son. I think you're probably right that there's probably more that's going on.
Talk about cold. DeSantis told the grieving mother sorry, as if she had lost a tire, not a son. DeSantis was robotic and matter-of-fact. Other politicians in that situation might have given that woman a soothing hug or a heartfelt emotional embrace. Indeed, that was the MO for successful presidential candidates like Bill Clinton and George W. Bush. And one imagines even Donald Trump would have taken a moment, lowered his voice, and offered the woman some support. But DeSantis just can't seem to go there. And it's not just about expressing empathy or sympathy. On the flip side of the emotional coin, DeSantis never seems capable of smiling or laughing or appearing to be enjoying himself on the campaign. And political strategists in both parties will tell you that in a presidential nomination contest, voters do not like candidates who seem to have a stick up their rear. Instead, voters gravitate to the happy warrior, the charismatic candidate who may say harsh things or deliver controversial policies, but they can do it with a glimmer in their eye and a knowing smile. That's how a candidate connects. And by all accounts, Ron DeSantis is failing. His campaign is now focusing on rolling out some new policy proposals, and that's fine to an extent, but no policy will make up for the ground lost by a candidate's own personality flaws. As Donald Trump said a few months ago in taunting the Florida governor, DeSantis' biggest problem is that personality transplants do not exist. And with DeSantis, his prickly personality is hurting him. And Republican voters who have long put style over substance find DeSantis to be a turnoff. It is great news for the Trump campaign and horrible news for all Americans who are hoping the GOP would find a Trump alternative. By the way, a few of Donald Trump's most fervent MAGA supporters now seem to embrace genocide.
What should President Trump do on day one when he gets back in?
Lock him up!
Lock him up, right? The deep state, take it down?
Yeah, take it down. And it's take him to the train station.
Take him to the train station?
Check out that video at the link below. I'm David Shuster. Thanks for joining us.